Online is destroying your life. Okay. This is Noelle Randall here, self-made millionaire, entrepreneur, mentor, speaker, author, mama five. And I just decided to go live to really talk about this because we're going into 2024 and what you are watching online is destroying your life. Okay. It really is. And most people just do not know this. So I really want to talk about it. I'm going to take a few minutes. We're going to talk. I'm here on live stream. And the fun thing is I'm going to be talking to you. And I have some notes here, but I'm really going to tell you some five things. Like I said, let's talk about it. Let's get real. I am a self-made multimillionaire. And that is a feat in itself. You know what I mean? Not everyone can say that. And I can honestly say that I've built many businesses and I still run them today, and they are very successful. But there's 5 lessons that I learned on this journey that I'm going to share with you. And we're really just going to talk about it. Okay. There's no pressure here. There's nothing. We're really going to have a real conversation about what that took, because I don't think a lot of my students, they'll come into the real estate thing and they just get really excited about the real estate. And we have great fun with that. But the people that are not successful, I realize it's not because of the real estate or anything like that. It's mindset. It's stuff that they need to do, inner work. And when I was in mentorship, I'm going to share a story with you really quick before I get into that. When I was broke, bankrupt in my parents' basement, I had no money, worst credit ever, just a loser of a person. I didn't finish college yet. Like I said, I have my UConn shirt on because I did graduate from the University of Connecticut. But at the time, I had not graduated. I was a loser. And during that time when I had absolutely nothing, I had no money, I had no job, I had bad credit, I started working on myself. I started going to classes and seminars, and you hear things on the radio. I started watching YouTube and TikTok, and TikTok wasn't out in 2009. That's when this was. But at the same time, I was watching people on YouTube and started to learn about real estate and tried to invest in myself from that low point. And I encourage you not to go all the way to rock bottom before you start learning. So let's kind of get into this. So what you are watching online literally is destroying your life and is stopping you from being successful. And that is something that I know for a fact now that I am a successful entrepreneur. I have very successful businesses. I've hired people. I've fired people. I've grown my company. I have millions of dollars in business credit and business funding and investors and all of these different things. I know for a fact that what you are watching online is destroying your life. So let's get into the first thing because it is so important. The first thing that you need to know is that social media is a trap. And I'm saying this, I know, on a live stream, literally on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, wherever you're watching this. I'm actually live on YouTube and TikTok. And I am saying that social media is a trap. And so let me be clear, because I'm an influencer now. Like I said, I started off from my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt. Then I started doing wholesaling, okay, which in real estate investing is where you find people that are that are in, some type of property problem type situation. They are behind on their mortgage payment, or they're going through a bankruptcy, or they're going through a divorce or something to that effect. Okay. You market to them, you get them under contract, and then you assign that contract to an investor, to someone else for a fee. That is wholesaling. That is what I learned to do when I was broke and I was in my parents' basement. Okay. So let's talk about that. I was not watching a lot of social media, but I did see about classes and seminars and conferences that I could go to about real estate. But at the same time, most people on social media are not here to find groups that they can learn from. They're not here to find ways to learn. Unfortunately, most people get on social media and they're just scrolling and just wasting time. And more than anything, you're seeing other people, you know what I mean, be successful, but more importantly, you're watching a lot of ads for most people. If you're on social media, it is an ad agency. I love you guys so much on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. These are ad agencies where businesses pay to promote themselves. You know what I mean? Again, where I promote myself. And again, I'll even show you some of the things that I'm doing and say, hey, if you're interested, come to one of my events, or hey, come get one of my courses. That is what social media is for. And that's one of the reasons I've become an influencer. I was doing real estate investing, and then I started mentoring and teaching people. Then I come onto YouTube and I grow this big following, and all of a sudden I'm an influencer in that space. And I had to really own that, first of all, that I am an influencer, and that is a whole separate career. And it is something that I do advise people to do, because if you are truly an entrepreneur and you truly have a business or something that you've been successful in, you can help so many people with your real experiences, really showing them where your vendors are, really showing them what banks you go to, really showing them what lenders are lending, what products are selling, like really sharing your truth about how to be an entrepreneur really does help other entrepreneurs. And that is truly why I am successful. I actually invested in a mentor and, paid them, a good amount of money to teach me things, but it wasn't school. You know what I mean? Obviously I have on this UConn shirt. This is not about college, because at college they do give you information, but they don't tell you, they're not teaching you to be a lawyer. They're not teaching you to be a doctor. They're not teaching you to be in accounting. They're giving you that information. But most of the time when you get mentorship, you're being mentored by someone that actually does the thing that you want to do. And so for me, that's why it was very valuable. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about social media. And what you're using social media for, it's a trap if you are not on social media with a purpose. If you are just on social media scrolling and looking for things, that's not what you should be up there for. You really should be up there finding people that are like you, have information that you want, and promoting your own business. Okay, let me be real clear. You should have your multiple stream of income. We should all be each and every person should have multiple streams of income. Okay. And that can be in anything. You could be a hairdresser. You could cut grass. You could, mentor kids, whatever it is that you do, you can create multiple streams of income. We'll talk about that in just a second. And so if you're using social media for that, kudos. You already got it. You know what you should be doing. But if you are someone, and be honest with yourself, that's on social media and just scrolling, you're getting a lot of advertising. You're getting a lot of unintentional messages, okay? Because that is what social media is for. It's for how they make money off social media is different businesses running ads. In between all of those different posts and stories and videos, there are ads. When you're on YouTube, if you're not paying for the premium, you're watching a lot of ads and learning you. Okay. And you already know this. They learn you. They learn the thing that you like. They learn, what buttons, and then they just keep feeding you that stuff. And so for most people to become successful, they actually have to get off of social media altogether. That is the case for myself. They usually have to have someone else running their social media, so they are not involved in it at all. And you just focus on marketing and using social media to market yourself and market your business. That is what it is for. And you can watch social media a little bit just to kind of see some of the ways that you will post on social media and some of the ways that you will market yourself or your business on social media. But watching lots of ads, it gets to our subconscious minds. Okay. So are you guys familiar with this book, Think and Grow Rich? Okay. This is a book that I have read over and over and over and over again. And as someone that started off broke, bankrupt, bad credit, in my parents' basement, negative attitude, I believed a lot of the biases, like, you're Black, you're a woman, you're this, you're that, you're not going to be successful. And I believed a lot of that stuff. So I had to retrain my mind to believe that I could be successful. And one of the things that I did, one of my mentors, they gave me this book. I read it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I've read this book so many different times. It's almost, I hate to use this word because some people are going to be upset, but it's much like a Bible. I just sometimes pick different parts. I've read this book so many times that I'll read different parts of it like the Bible. You know what I mean? Just to give me some good information and to keep going, because there's so many things inside of Think and Grow Rich that have been true over 100 years ago and is true to this day. So let's talk about that. If you know that social media is giving you messages and ads and things like that you don't necessarily want, you're going to have to get off of it. You're going to have to start using social media for what it was designed for. And you can really benefit from social media if you start using it to promote yourself, promote your business, and get information to move you forward. That's it. But if you're watching cat videos all the time, and yeah, we go up there sometimes watch comedy, that's fine in a very, very small dose. But for most of us, it gives us too many ads, and it gives us the subliminal messages where, we're not doing well enough, where we see other people doing better than us. we start to want things that we didn't even want. You know, it kind of incepts you to go onto different Amazons and different websites and start buying things, Shein and Tumi, and start buying clothes you don't need and buying products that you don't need and just not enriching your own self. So today, as we're coming forward to, you know, Black Friday, people are going to be spending tons of money on stuff they don't need. I really encourage you to spend that money on yourself, to invest in you, to invest in your mind, to invest in your education, and not maybe necessarily from a college. Yes, maybe we'll take a college course, but for me, it was learning from other successful entrepreneurs. You have an opportunity today that's much different than it was before to actually learn how to do something that can make you money. You know, like how to use ChatGPT to make money, or how to do a drop shipping course, or how to invest in real estate from your home, or how to get business credit and business funding so that you can create multiple streams of income, just different things that you can do to grow your own self, not grow somebody else's wealth. Okay, that's so important. So what you watch online kind of is destroying your life, because as the book teaches you, Think and Grow Rich, you have a subconscious. Okay, there's thoughts that are running in the back of your mind, like programming that you just have, things that you just think, ideas that just kind of get in your mind about who you are, what you should be doing, where you should be at in your life, if you should have children, if you have kids, what type of car. Those are all different messages from advertising and marketing that you don't realize. So when you're changing yourself, you have to step away from that stuff. You do. So let me share something with you really quick. If you're streaming with me here on YouTube, let me share my screen with you really quick, because there's something that I want to show you that is different. Okay. And you can just go to noelrandall.com/deals if you want to see this. noelrandall.com/deals if you want to see this. So one of the things that I decided to do, obviously I'm here teaching, I have a few more things that I want to go over with you, is to have something different for you. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's one thing for someone to, you know, just show you their Lamborghini and show you their nice house and show you their play buttons and their $1 million clubs and stuff like that. Things like I could just show you that I have, or I could make it where it's easy for you to do some of the things that I did. So obviously, as I've become successful, one of the reasons why I tell you that I'm successful is because I got a mentor. Now, I got a mentor when I was broke, bankrupt, in my parents' basement, and they taught me real estate, and it was really expensive. I literally had to cancel one of my classes at UConn. I don't share this story a lot, just to get the money for my mentor, but it was one of the best decisions that I ever made. Obviously, today I'm a multimillionaire. I have lots of rental properties. I have, you know, successful businesses, business credit. I did finish school. So there's things that you will have to do that are different than what you were doing before. And one of them is investing in yourself, even when you don't have it. Like I said, when I was in my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, just the worst situation ever, what did I do? I got a mentor. I canceled one of my college courses. And again, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you what I did. I canceled one of my classes as a down payment to have a mentor so that they can teach me something that made me a lot of money. Okay. And that's what I did. But I had to actually open the book. I had to go on the class. I had to go to the course. I had to actually do it to make the money. So that's what I did. And so today we have a Black Friday special. If you go to noelrandall.com/deals, you can get any of my courses for only $397, courses that are usually $2,000. They're on sale. They're only $397. You can get my big course, which is usually over almost $9,000. You can get it right now for $397, and that's 3 payments of $397. Or you can just buy one of the courses that are usually nearly $2,000. You can get them right now, noelrandall.com/deals for only $397. And I'm going to get to the real point, because I know some of you are thinking, I know some of you thinking, oh, there she goes. She's offering me something that I need to buy. No, ma'am. No, sir. I am not. I am offering you something that you can buy. Absolutely. But that is not why I'm here. I mean this hand to the sky. I'm already rich. So I'm offering this because I know this is valuable. And some of you are going to take me up on the offer. You're going to go in, you're going to learn the information. You're going to come to class. We're going to partner. We're going to do houses. We'll do deals together. Absolutely. And some of you will say, nope, this is not for me. And that's totally okay. That you can't be upset, though, that one, I offered it. You know, don't be like, oh, man, she offered something. Totally okay. Take it if you're interested in it. This is the lowest price you'll ever see it. And if you're not interested, that's fine too. But find the thing that's for you. Start learning about what it is that you want to do, and then actually do it. And then maybe you'll teach it. Okay. Because for me, my mentor told me, learn it, do it, teach it. And that's what my mentor did. And at the time I was, my first mentor, like I said, I paid, I think $20,000 for it. I was bankrupt, broke in my parents' basement. He taught me how to do wholesaling. I started making money that first year. I did 13 deals. I made over $60,000. I was able to get out of my parents' basement. I was able to do all of these amazing things, but I had to actually do something. I had to learn it. I had to do the scripts, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's one of the courses that I have. But if you just want to maybe start a business, maybe you do hair, maybe you do nails, or maybe you cut grass, or you're a barber, you can just get Express Business Builder, because I didn't even know about business credit until I had my business nearly 4 or 5 years. And I missed out on getting millions of dollars in funding. I mean, I have them now, but if I just had that in 2014, when I really got serious and started doing the business, I would have been able to grow my business much faster. So Express Business Builder, if you look at just, there's a deal where you can get any of that on any of my courses in the one Express Business Builder right here. Look. If you're on YouTube, you'll see it right here. Again, noelrandall.com/deals. If you look right here, you can get that course for just $397. It teaches you how to set your business up really quickly and how to get your business so it's fundable. So you can build business credit. It teaches you how to get business trade lines. It teaches you if you have bad personal credit, how to get business credit, and then you start using your business credit even to pay off some of your personal debts. You know what I mean? Start transferring some of your personal debt onto your business. You can do that legally. You can do that ethically. Obviously, there's a process to it, but that's something that I learned once I was a millionaire. And so I put that into a course, and I'm giving it selling it really. Again, I've sold it to so many people. They've been successful. So now for Black Friday, you can get it for $397. So imagine if you take $397 and you're able to get even $5,000 worth of business credit. Was it worth it? Most people get $25,000 worth of business credit. Okay. Most of my students are able to get $25,000 to $50,000 worth of business credit in the first 6 months. And if you keep going, and again, most people, will do something and then not finish. So if you're the type of person like me who wants to be successful and believes in yourself, all you need is the information, and then you can do it and you can be successful. And so that's who I'm talking to. That's who I want to encourage, because I know for a fact there's so much negativity. I don't know about you, but when I was starting my business, especially, look at me. You know what I mean? You guys see my race, you see my gender. You guys know how many people you can imagine. Okay. You don't know me, but you can imagine how many people told me I was not going to be successful. You can imagine how many people would not help me. You can imagine how many people stole from me or, did bad things. You could imagine. And it's unfortunate that those type of things happen, but at the same time, I am a positive and happy person, and I believe in myself, and I am not that person. I am a positive person. I make money, and I teach other people how to make money. You know what I mean? I know that each one can teach one. I know I can lift as I climb. As I am going up, I can bring others with me. I don't have to slam the door. I don't have to be like, no, I'm not going to tell you. But at the same time, I notice that people that will just pay a little bit amount of pay for the information, they pay attention. So that's why I can't give away all my courses for free and things like that. I've actually tried that. But when people don't pay for anything, they don't value it. So if you can pay something, a small amount, you learn the information, you'll value it, and you can make a lot of money. Learning the right information, learning how to build and create multiple streams of income, and to become an entrepreneur. And again, you can keep your job. Noelle is not here to shame anyone and say that, you have to be an entrepreneur. You can't be successful with a job. I had a job. I worked for over 20 years for someone else before I ever worked for myself. And it was very, very valuable. I started working when I was 15 years old. And I was a good employee. That's why I was a great entrepreneur. Those same things that I would give to my job, like showing up and trying to do a good job and doing my best and researching and having good customer service and all those things that I would do at my job at Wells Fargo and Bank of America and Chase, all those banks that I worked at. When I became an entrepreneur and started doing myself, I brought those same qualities to my business. I did. And that's why my business is successful. And so I'm never putting anyone down for having a job. Okay. The reason I'm successful is because I was an employee, and I've seen so many great entrepreneurs, and I know they're great entrepreneurs because they were great employees. And many people don't want to have their own business or have their own responsibility, but I will always, hand to the sky, always encourage you to create multiple streams of income. So even if you have a job and you love your job, please get another stream of income. So if that job goes away, your whole financial situation isn't ruined. You know, even if you have a side hustle, you can create side hustles literally that make you $5,000 per month. Well, guess what? Doesn't that make working so much easier? It does. Okay. And so we even have a replay combo right here. Look. If you go to noelrandall.com/deals, you'll see there's a replay combo. So I did a 3-day event and a 1-day event. And you can get a replay of those entire events. But, you know, people paid over one of the 3-day event, the in-person people paid almost $5,000 to come to that event. You can get a replay of that for both events of just $67. Okay. noelrandall.com/deals. All right. And so it's right here. So let's go back, because this is so important. And I see some comments that I'm gonna address in a second. TV ads. TV is another reason why your life is being destroyed. And again, it's not because of the shows that you're watching. And again, you may be watching reality shows. Some of you guys are watching crime shows. Some of you guys are watching sports, the NBA, the NFL, soccer. You're watching sports. And it's two main reasons why TV is destroying your life, period, point blank. One, it is a time waster. So the time that you are using watching television, you could be investing in yourself. You could be reading a book. You could be taking your course. Like I said, go to noelrandall.com/deals, get one of my courses. Again, they're usually $2,000. They're on sale just for Black Friday for only $397. You can take a $400 course and turn that into $4,000, turn it into $40,000, turn it into $400,000. Okay. The first year that I worked by myself as an entrepreneur, the first year that I did it, I made over $400,000. The next year, over $1 million. Okay. That was when I quit my job and said, I'm going to do this full time. But I started doing it while working a job. So I had my job. I started my LLC. I got my EIN, built my website. I did that with a job. So then I could transition out of working into just being an entrepreneur full time. I didn't just, start a business and then quit my job, or quit my job and then start a business. No, I transitioned, and I took longer than I should have, because once you quit, honestly, you'll have more time to invest in your business. Like once you get your business making any money, I am an advocate of quitting, because I feel like you should start spending your time building your business. You know what I mean? And not giving your best to your job. If you really want to have your own business, you are going to have to quit your job, but you don't just quit as soon as you get a job. But when it comes to watching television, what we're talking about today, why what you are watching online is destroying your life, is because for television, let's talk about that. You're wasting time. And then two, it's the same thing like social media. All of the ads, you're watching ads about car commercials. You're watching ads about what you should be eating. It's making you want to eat Burger King and Taco Bell. Trust me, I've watched TV and wanted some Marco's pizza, and I don't even like Marco's pizza. Okay, just use that as an example. We've all been watching television and realize that the ads are getting to us. Okay. And that is why it's hard for you to be successful, because you shouldn't be watching the ads. If anything, if you're watching an ad, you're watching an ad to see what type of ad you're going to run for your business. That's it. That's it. That's the only ad you should be watching, or watching an ad, because if you notice, rich people don't watch ads. All right. Rich people don't watch TV. And that's funny. That was one of when I was making about $200,000 per year, I got another mentor at the time. She was making $2 million per year. So basically what I made all year, and I'm thinking I'm killing it, making $200,000 a year at a bank, she's making that in a month. Okay. She's making $200,000 per month. Okay. Just having her own business, working from home, my mentor. She told me, rich people don't watch TV. She said, have you ever seen a Lamborghini TV commercial? And I had to kind of think about that. You never see a Bentley commercial on TV. You don't see a Rolls Royce commercial on TV. You know why? Because that their audience isn't watching. Their audience is not watching TV. Okay. There's a saying, rich people think, poor people work. And that's a harsh one for some people. But poor people, statistically speaking, again, poor is a mindset. It's not a dollar amount in your bank, because there are poor people that have money. They don't keep it for long, but there are poor people with money. And there are rich people that don't have any money. They're rich. They got lots of assets. They got businesses, but they may not have a lot of money, like cash money, because rich is a mindset, poor is a mindset. And so when I say poor, I mean someone that doesn't feel rich. They don't feel like they are successful. They don't feel like they have enough money. They don't feel like they're living the life that they want to live. And most of those people watch a lot of TV and they get incepted by a lot of ads and they watch a lot of news. That's another big one. Okay. So I'm giving you lessons that my multimillionaire mentor gave me. One, social media is an ad agency. Okay. It's a marketing agency. Use it for what it is for. Do not just be on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube just watching different things. It is an advertising agency. You use it for what it's worth. You get the information that you're trying to get and you're out of there. You're not watching all of the different ads and buying all of the different things. You just buying clothes and shoes and purses and lashes and all of these things that don't make you any money. You should only be using your money to make you more money. Okay. So TV ads, they get at your subconscious. You understand that it's getting into your subconscious, not necessarily getting into your mind, but it gets into your subconscious, that program that runs that you don't even think about. The reason why you can just drive home sometimes without even knowing that you drove home or remembering the route, because it's in your subconscious. You've seen it so many times. So a lot of times you're watching ads, you're not realizing there's messages in there about your identity. There's messages in there about what your race. There's messages in there about what your social standing and your economic standing could be. There'll be jokes in there that you start to relate to and start to see yourself as this. And that's TV. That's because they want you to buy those things. And you have to take that control of yourself and say, no, I know who I am. I know what I want to do with my life. I only get one time on this planet, and I'm going to start investing in me to have the life that I want. That is how I was able to become a self-made millionaire. Okay, is by learning and investing and taking my money to buy classes, to buy courses, to go to seminars, to learn, and then taking that information and actually doing something with it. You know what I mean? I'm here on YouTube and TikTok. I'm proving to you, someone taught me how to do this. Okay. That is why I'm able to make millions of dollars from social media, why I have a successful YouTube and TikTok. And you see like hundreds of thousands of followers. Yeah, I'm a college educated entrepreneur. Well, I learned about social media and the power of it. And I'm using that, and you're witnessing that right now. Like, this is Noelle showing you at her best, this is how you do it. This is, you learn something, you do it, you teach it, and you can make money at every single step of the way, especially if you create a business. All right. So let's keep going with this. Competition is not real. Another reason why what you're watching online is destroying your life is because competition is not real. And when you're watching social media, you'll start to compare yourself to other people, and you should not. Don't compare yourself to anyone except yourself. You don't care what other people are doing. We're all on our own separate paths. We're all, on our own journey. We all will, I remember I became officially a millionaire. I think I was like 36. Okay. And when I say that now at 42, 43, that feels weird because at the time I felt like I was so behind. I felt like so many people were ahead of me. I felt like I was losing. I went to college with people, and some of them were in the NFL and all of these different amazing things. And I felt like I wasn't doing what I needed to be to where I needed to be in my life. Okay. And that's just not real. That's just not real. When you are competing with other people, you can't win. You have no idea what's going on in their life. You don't know if what they're showing you is real. You don't know where they are. You don't even know if they're actually happy. Okay. Let me be real. There are people that I thought had the best lives ever, and they're miserable, even if they have money, for example. Say, or some people I thought they look, let me go. Okay. We got a good one. There's a big difference between rich and famous. Okay, let me be really, really clear. Now that Noelle Randall, this influencer, that is this rich person that has businesses, but is also an influencer. Okay, let me kind of own that. I learned, okay, and I learned this not that long ago, maybe just a couple of years ago, that there's a big difference between rich and famous. And so when you're watching things online, especially, it is very easy to confuse rich and famous, or to think that those two things are intertwined in some way, that popularity and numbers on a screen have anything to do with your bank account. They do not. I have way more money than people that have way more followers than me. And there's people that have no fame whatsoever that got way more money than me. People you never even heard of. I have their phone number and I know for a fact they're a billionaire and you ain't never heard of them. And there's people that will walk up to me in the airport and say, hey, Noel. That does not mean I'm richer than that billionaire with a security company, for example. And then there's people that have way more followers, way more subscribers, way more friends, way more everything. And I know for a fact I make 5-10 times what they make a year. So what does that mean? Rich and famous are not the same. They are completely separate things. You can be rich without being famous. You can be famous without being rich. Okay. And there are very few people that are rich and famous because honestly, fame is really not anything. That's one of the things that's like a currency in our culture that you have to get away from. And that comes from that competition thing. That's why I say competition is not real. So you start to see somebody with something, they have a car or a house, or they're on a vacation, or they're showing you pictures of something really awesome. And it does not mean anything. It has nothing to do with how much money they have in their bank account or how happy they really are. So stop looking at that. Stop even caring about that and care about your happiness, your bank account, your success. And so you invest in you. And you don't care what other people think. I remember when I got my mentor, I didn't even tell anybody in my family because I was broke. I was living in my parents' basement. I told you I had to cancel one of my classes at college just to get the money for my mentor. And again, not telling you to do that, just telling you what I did. And I couldn't tell anybody in my family because I knew they would put me down. I knew they would say, oh, you're so stupid and all this, that, and the other. But guess what? Who's laughing today? So classes and conferences and seminars where people, oh, they're just going to try to sell you something. I went to, and sometimes they were just trying to sell me something. Okay, that some of the conferences, I'm not going to lie to you, they was just trying to sell me something. They didn't teach me anything, but there were tons of conferences, classes, and seminars that I went to that I learned so much and I made lots of money with. The mentor that I told you, I paid her $55,000. At the time I was making $200,000. So $55,000 was a lot. Okay. And my mother told me, you're a fool for spending that. But that lady was a multimillionaire. How was I going to learn to be a multimillionaire? My mother is not going to teach me. So she's telling me I'm a fool for paying a millionaire $55,000. But at the same time, I took that information. And like I told you, the next year I made over $1 million with it. So would you trade 55,000 for 2 million? I would. I did. Would you trade $20,000 for $60,000? I would. I did. Would you trade $400, $397 for $4,000 or $40,000? Of course you would. And so that is what investing is about. That's what about investing in yourself is about. And that's truly what you should be doing with your life. So I'm going to tell you one more time, go to noelrandall.com/deals and pick up a course. Again, try one of the courses, start learning whether you want to do Airbnb. I have B&B Riches where I teach you how to do Airbnb business without even owning properties. You literally can rent properties, test that business out, start making money with it. And if you don't like it, you can just end the lease. I try to teach you some risk-free ways, but I make, a lot of money with my Airbnbs, and I encourage you to build a portfolio, especially a portfolio of real estate that you own. Or maybe you already have a business and you want to take it to the next level, then get savvy marketing. That is where I teach you how to all of these different free ways that I market, how I was able to use different social media. And again, you don't have to be an influencer or try to be an influencer to use social media to make a lot of money. And I'm not talking about running ads. I'm talking about just putting out content, coupons, sales, how I use my email, all of the different things that I do to make a lot of money in my business. Again, create multiple streams of income. That is what you should be doing. That is what you should be watching online. If you're online, you should be watching a class. You should be taking a course. Okay. That is what you should be doing. So get one of those courses. Go to noelrandall.com/deals. And you'll see right here, you can pick your course and save. You can get any of these courses. They're usually from $2,000 to $3,000. And just for Black Friday, they're on sale. You can pick any of the courses for $397. If you don't have that and you just want to watch, I've had 3-day training events. I have that deal right there. It's only $67 for the replays of the Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp and the Manifest event. Those are 2 different events that people paid thousands of dollars to come for. You can get the replay for only $67. Okay. Invest in yourself. Stop buying clothes and hair and lashes and all of these things and start investing in your mind. Start reading books. Okay. And again, I didn't write this book, but this is one of the books that I read over and over again. And one of the first books that I read on my journey to self-made multimillionaire. So I always encourage people to read Think and Grow Rich, and also get courses, go to seminars, go to classes, invest in yourself. Don't just buy the course, log in, do the information, and you literally can make a lot of money. Even if it's just getting 2 or 3 business credit cards, do that. Do that. So you have capital for your business. You have a business credit card that's not reporting on your personal credit, and you can run ads with it, or you can buy inventory. You know, like people want to sell t-shirts, or they want to create a clothing line, but they don't even have the money to get the samples. Well, build business credit. There's tons of money out here for you as a business owner, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a color, especially if you are a veteran. There's actually free money available. And again, I teach you that in the Express Business Builder course. You can get it right now, noelrandall.com/deals. You can get that course. It's usually $2,000. It's $397. Okay. And then get a business credit card. You want that. All right. So first lesson, social media is a trap. You got that. Number 2, TV is a waste of time. Okay. And it is destroying you because you are watching too many commercials. Okay. It's not the television shows per se. It is the commercials in between them and all of the subliminal messaging within side of the different shows that you watch. Whether you're watching Law and Order or you're watching the NBA, there are subliminal messages about you in there, like what you should be doing. You should be drinking beer and eating nachos and stuff like that. Trust me, I've studied this. Those messages, remember, I have a master's degree from Penn State in economic development. So one of the things that we talk about is how to generate more income. And one of those things is about creating a community and telling them who they are. And that's been to me. And again, I don't want to get too controversial, but I'm going to right quick. That's one of the reasons certain groups have been held down in America, is because of their own thoughts about themselves. Okay. And I'm not going to get into this, but some of y'all are going to pick up on exactly what I'm saying. It's how you see yourself. But yes, some of those messages have come from society, from school teachers, from watching television and commercials, telling you who you are in the society, what your socioeconomic status is and what your group is. And it's time for a different message. It's time for successful people to tell you that they're successful and how they did it. Okay. And be real and stand in it. That's why I come back here and tell you guys, yes, I am a self-made multimillionaire, but every day is not strawberries and sunshine. You know, I have to run these businesses. There are times when I'm sad. There's times when I'm learning new things. But more importantly, I keep doing it and I keep showing you guys and keep teaching and coming and telling you different things that I'm doing in my business and things that I learn as I get that information. I come on social media and I share it so that you can be successful too and you don't fall in some of the traps that I fell into. And if we're all doing that with the intention that we are bringing our community up, guess what? We will. Okay. So again, noelrandall.com/deals. I put some amazing deals together. And I'm going to also tell you, we have some amazing deals that are going to unlock on Black Friday and just on Black Friday only. Okay. So noelrandall.com/deals. Click down here and there's going to be 2 offers that are not available yet. And you can just put send me a reminder. Send me a reminder. You just click right there, send me a reminder, put your name and your email. That's it. And we're going to send you coupons and some amazing free stuff too. Okay. And we've given away some amazing stuff. I've given away an iPad, given away vacations, giving away journals and books. I'm always trying to give away scholarships. So that, again, we can help as many people as possible. And again, the more people that I can help that and you're successful, think about it. I help you and you're successful. Guess what? You'll take that same spirit and help somebody else, even if it's your cousin or your sister. You'll start a business. You'll help your community. You'll teach other people. Hopefully you'll become a leader, in your community. And then all of a sudden, our whole group dynamic, our whole community will start to up level. Because we're all doing positive things. We're not teaching each other how to sell drugs or, how to do a credit card scam. We're actually talking about, let's start a real business, get an LLC, a S Corp, a C Corp. Here's how you get your EIN. Here's where the banks, I'm not talking about borrowing money from Noel and I pay you back. No, I'm telling you which banks for real are lending. I'm telling you about which companies really have grants. There's a lot of money earmarked directly for minority-owned businesses, women-owned business, veteran-owned businesses. There's a lot of available capital out there if you actually have a business. But at the same time, you're going to have to get a business checking account, for example. There's certain things that you're going to have to do, but then it'll open up the gates for all of these different funding, all of these different sponsors and endorsements to your business. So I really encourage you, if you have been sitting on the fence about creating another stream of income for yourself, it's time. It is time for you to say, I'm going to invest in real estate, or I'm going to start this side business, or I'm going to turn this side business into a real business. I'm going to get business credit cards. I'm going to get business funding. So go to noellerandu.com/deals and invest in yourself. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's Express Business Builder course. You can pick that course right here. Look. So if you're on YouTube, noellerandu.com/deals is where I am. You'll see right here. You can pick any one of these courses. Pick your course and save. Like, look right here. I'm clicking here. Pick your course and save. You can pick which one of these courses you want. And they're usually $2,000. And they're right now only $397. Okay. noellerandu.com/deals. This is a big Black Friday sale. Never done it before. Not happening again, because again, I'm actually looking for students to be successful because I have some really big things on the horizon. Okay. Talked about a television show. I've actually been offered several different types of television shows. And that's something I've played with, but I really want something where I'm spotlighting real people that have done something. Okay. I love people that are like me, that worked a job and then started a business. And I'm not saying anybody, this is not putting anybody else down, but to me, I know the courage that it takes to go from employee to entrepreneur. But I also know the value in it. I know how entrepreneurs create jobs. I know how, you can have legacy. Even if you have a job, you can't give your job to your kids, but a business you can. I know how you could sell a business. I've been a part of very many people selling their business, even a business that they had a year, 2 years, selling it for millions of dollars. Okay. You can't do that with a job. So let's create this business because it's an asset. Okay. So noellerandu.com/deals. And then you could just pick which one of these courses. I love Express Business Builder for anybody that's even thinking about a business, because again, it's teaching you the business credit and how to get business trade lines. B&B Riches, of course, is if you are even thinking about Airbnb short-term rentals. All right. Savvy Marketing. If you have any type of business whatsoever, any type of side hustle, get Savvy Marketing. You want to know how to market for free, how to use social media, how to use email, how I use different influencers, how you can wrap your car, different wardrobes and different t-shirts and hats and all of the different apparel that we do to market our business and get a lot of business and repeat business. And then, of course, if you're a guy, most of my guys, I have a few women actually. Shout out to Veronica Peoples, who does their Turo business. Car rental fortunes is if you're interested in Turo whatsoever. And again, now Uber has that same thing where you can put cars for rent on Uber and create an entire business. Okay, an actual your own rental car company. Okay. And again, all of these courses are usually $2,000-$3,000. Right now, they are on sale for Black Friday, noellerandu.com/deals. You can pick any one of these courses right now, super inexpensive. And then, of course, there's some amazing bonuses. Obviously, you get the replay. You can get my books, different books that I have. You guys know I'm a best-selling author. So we have the Business Millionaire Secrets. We have B&B Millionaire Secrets, Turo, again, Amazon bestseller. So those books you'll see are available. And then if you need a vacation, obviously we're going to give you 10% off of your stay. I have an Airbnb business, lots of 5-star places around Disney that you really want to take advantage of. Now, again, when you are building yourself and transforming from employee to entrepreneur, you're going to have some time where you are not vacationing. Okay. Like I said, the first year when I committed to myself that I'm going to be an entrepreneur and I'm going to be successful, I had to stop watching TV. I had to read a book a week. Okay. This is the assignments that my mentor gave me. So the first year I read 52 books. And it's funny. I remember one of my coworkers at the times I hadn't quit. I needed to, but I hadn't. I was too chicken. And he just didn't even believe that I was reading a book a week. You can read a book a week. Okay. You really can. Especially if you stop watching TV and get off social media. All right. Another thing I had to do is stop talking on the phone all the time. I would talk to, my mom or my cousins or my sister, and I had to just get off the phone, stop talking on the phone, really almost incubate and get really connected with my craft. Okay. If I'm going to do real estate, read books on real estate, read books on being an entrepreneur, read books on marketing, read books on, how to create, build teams and have people work for me. And again, I got some of this information and some of these talents by working a job. When I was an employee, I say this with full confidence, no humility. I was an amazing employee. Every job that I worked at, they loved me. They loved me. And I could go back to any of those jobs. I was the person that would show up every day. I didn't call out sick. I would do my job. I would do the best that I could. I would get promoted. I would be the manager. So guess what? When it was time for me to quit those jobs and do my own business, I was good. I was able to count on me. I knew I could show up on time because I had showed up to their job on time. So of course I could show up to my businesses and meet my clients on time. I knew that I could handle stress because I was dealing with being the manager, at all these companies and having all of these employees under me, and they were stressing me out and calling out sick, or they didn't finish their files or whatever they did. I knew I could handle it because I had handled it at my job. So a lot of the skills that you get from working, you will use in your business. Your customer service, not to cuss a person out, not to go off on them, not to roll your eyes when the customer is saying something that you don't like. You already know that. So you will do that same thing in your business. You're not going to just get a business and then have horrible customer service. You knew to give customer service at your job. Whether you worked at a restaurant, you knew to do that. So there are so many times when people are doubting in themselves. So many of you I know are watching this. You doubt that you could be successful as an entrepreneur, but I'm here to tell you, you can be very successful. And it doesn't take very many things. The main thing to know is about educating yourself. That's going to be the key to all of it. And I don't mean that you have to go to the University of Connecticut or Penn State or Baylor or any of the schools that I went to, because quite frankly, none of them taught me how to be a millionaire. None of them. It was mentors that were actually successful in their business that taught me what they were doing in their business. And so that's what I do. I have a business. I make courses where I teach you exactly what I do in my business, and I'm always adding to those courses. And so that's what I'm offering to you at noelrandall.com/deals. You can go there. I have those courses. You can get them. You can be very successful if you apply the information. That's really all it's about. And then again, you could also teach it to other people. Like literally, that is how we will transform our entire community. We have to share information. When you are successful in something, do not hoard that information. Don't be that millionaire that won't tell people because it was hard for you. And trust me, I know people slammed the door. People told me I wouldn't be successful. And there are moments when where I'm just like, F that. I'm not telling anybody anything, but that's not the way. That's not the way. That's your lower self. You have to know that the reason why you are successful in most cases, in my case, it is because someone told you the information. It is because someone taught you something. And when you become a person that can learn, you can be someone that can lead. Okay. Readers are leaders. Leaders are readers. That's one of the reasons I'm always talking about reading books. That's why I walk around with Think and Grow Rich. I've had this book for years. I've read this book over and over. It is very important that you have something like Think and Grow Rich, that you read a book that you read over and over, but also that you are reading books every single week. If you want to be a millionaire, I can tell you that the biggest, easiest, fastest way there is reading. It's going to be reading books, picking up a book, picking up a course, going to a class, investing in your education. Everything that you need to be successful is in a book. Okay. And I put those courses together, made them really easy. Most of them are videos that you can watch. And that's really all it will take. But it's you. No one can tell you that you can't be successful. So one of the things that I want you to ask, because we're going into 2024, and this is going to be the key for anyone that wants to be successful and change their entire financial situation, ask yourself this question and answer it. Will I be successful? And it's so funny. That's an easy question. And so you should, because only you can answer it. That's the fun thing about it. The question is, will I be successful? So many people ask me like, right now we don't have any spaces in our full mentorship. Okay. It starts at $8,000. I don't have any spaces. So people, Noelle, can you mentor me? I don't have any spaces right now. It's why we have the courses available for you. Okay. And then you do get calls with a coach and things like that. We will definitely try to help you. But the actual mentorship where you're talking directly to me, that's full right now. So people will say, well, will I be successful? And that's the question. I said, no, that's the question I have for you, because There's only one person that can determine whether you're going to be successful or not, and that's you. And if you go into mentorship or into a class or into a seminar or anything, and you ask yourself that question, will I be successful? And you answer the question yes, then you will make it happen. That is a quote from Henry Ford. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, either way, you are correct. So what do you believe? Do you believe that you will be successful? Because if you do, and the answer is yes, then you will be successful. I remember when I joined my mentorship class, okay, I paid that dude, I think I had to give him $3,000 to get started on a $20,000 mentorship. Okay, now I'm really telling y'all my business, and I didn't have no money. I had no job. I didn't have nothing. And he asked me that first question: will you be successful? And he made me answer it because he knew psychologically people that said, yes, I will be successful would be successful. But if you're looking for someone else to tell you if you will be successful in something, like, oh, will you be successful at school? Will you be successful at real estate? Will you be a successful hairdresser? No one knows that. No one knows what you're capable of. Only you know. So you have to start answering and being confident that you can do things, that you are smart, that you can be a millionaire or a billionaire or a multimillionaire or a mom or a great dad or a wonderful spouse. Those are questions that you and only you can answer. And so ask yourself that question, write it down, and make sure the answer for you is yes. Will I be successful? And then start acting like it. Start acting in that. Start going to those classes. Start going to those seminars and those and reading. Pick up that book and turn that TV off and unsubscribe from all of that social media. Unsubscribe from it. Even especially if you could just do it for 1 year. If you could not watch TV for a year, if you could not be on social media for a year, you can change your entire life. I know I did. And I don't mean just sleeping for that whole year, but just working on you for a year, taking classes, reading books, waking up earlier, working your business plan, being positive, changing your self-talk, telling yourself each day how awesome you are, how capable you are, how confident and resilient you are. These are different affirmations that I tell myself that my mentor taught me that I want you to tell yourself. Start changing how you speak to yourself. Okay, we've been on this live just a long time. And again, I'm going to end out just telling you, noelrandall.com/deals. You see these amazing things right here. Do not miss out on it. This is amazing. All right. Okay. All right, guys, I am going to be ending. And again, this is to your success. All right. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noel, to your success. All right.